Username Properties has been in the real estate business for the last 13 years. Over that time, they have completed more than 95 projects and they have helped thousands of Kenyans acquire land. I recently joined them on one of their site visits to Kikuyu, where I got to see two of their projects, Jewel Estate and Imperial Gardens. We started our journey on Wayakiwe. One thing I always find interesting when visiting land project is always at what is actually happening around the area. Because before you even get to the land itself, the journey can tell you quite a lot about the location. Along the way, we passed schools, police posts, businesses and residential developments. And you could see the area gradually changing as we moved further away from Nairobi. We went through Kabete, Uthiru and Muthiga and continued towards Kikuyu. I have to say, I really enjoy this part of the drive because you get to see how much development is already happening along this corridor. From Gitaru, we continued towards the Kikuyu side and eventually took the road towards the project. Our first stop was Jewel Estate, located in the Gio area of Kikuyu. And this is where things got a little more interesting because now I could actually see the location for myself rather than just looking at it on a project brief. What I noticed immediately was how green the area was. There are already trees around the project and you can see that there are homes and other development within the surrounding area. I also noticed that the individual plots are already marked out with beacons, which makes it much easier to see exactly where each plot begins and ends. I really liked how green the area was. There are quite a few trees around the property, which gives it a nice natural feel. And when it comes to the essentials, water and electricity are available in the neighborhood, which is another thing I was looking out for during the visit. Inside the project, the roads have already been graded and murramed, and there is fencing around an entrance gate. A standard 1/8 acre plot here is going for 1.2 million Kenya shillings cash. You can also pay in installment for up to 9 months, and the minimum booking fee is 150,000 Kenya shillings. Something else I found interesting is that the price is inclusive of the legal fees, stamp duty, and title transfer fees. After spending some time looking around Jewel Estate, we got back on the road and headed to our next stop, Imperial Gardens. It wasn't a long drive, and along the way we passed through Kamango and the surrounding area before taking the turn towards the project. And this is Imperial Gardens Kikuyu Phase 2. The setup is quite similar. You have the internal roads, the fencing, the gate, trees around the project, and water and electricity in the neighborhood. The interesting thing is that Imperial Garden is slightly cheaper. An 8 acre plot is Kenya shillings 1.249 million, so that is 50,000 Kenya shillings less than Jewel Estate. Both projects come with ready title deeds, which are transferred upon completion of payment. And from what I saw on the way here, there's already quite a bit of activity and development around this side of Kikuyu. So if you are looking at these two, would you go for Jewel Estate at 1.299 Kenya million shillings or Imperial Gardens at 1.249 million Kenya shillings? I would actually love to know which one you'll choose.